What's up, guys? Good morning. Testing. I'm just trying my mic out on my Asus. What's up, guys? Good morning. Testing. I'm just trying my mic out. Alright, so my mic's working well. Let me transition away from this. There we go. Alright, so I'm on my Asus laptop. I am at a hotel. And sounds like the sound's working good. Let me know how the picture quality is. I'm using hotel internet. What? Okay, so I haven't even seen what's moving. Alright, sounds like the picture quality is decent. Let me see. I know it looks like, actually. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and get this text out the way. See if I can move that out the way. Sorry, guys. I'm just playing around here trying to get some of this stuff out the way. Like this bottom screen right here. No, whatever. I guess I have the bottom. Alright, so let's see what's moving today. I haven't even seen anything. Alright, so let's look at MNOV. You can see MNOVs gapping up. Went all the way to 1022. It's at $12.99 now. Or no, went all the way to $17 basically. It's at $12.99 now. Okay, so I'll watch MNOV. UEPS not moving. SSC not really moving. ALNA not doing great. HPJ no. Alright, so SENS is moving some. It came all the way back down to basically where it closed at 317. Maybe CGen, not my favorite. NXTD. CNDT, no. Let me know what you guys see. I'm still looking. So yeah, we got some movers. They're not. I don't see a lot of good movers though. CERS, ONCS. Yeah, I don't really like too many, like any of those, to be honest. I also got to figure out how to mix. Sorry, it's gonna show you my OBS screen. I got to figure out how to get this out of here. There we go. This has just got to go. Let me know if that fixed it, guys. I just lowered and took that weight screen out of there. I kind of messed with it some. Let me know if that fixed it. I should have fixed it. Let me know if it worked. If not, I'm going to have to play with it some more. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find any of these other movers. Alright, let's see. There's HUM. A little bit more expensive, HUM. CGen, I guess. Not really my favorite one. GP. I guess the market's going to be a little slow today. What's the SPY doing today? Man, it's still on this side of the screen, guys. I gotta try to fix this. There we go. Alright, that fixed it. Sorry about that. I don't know what that bottom part was. SLS. A lot of people talking about that one. Oh, nice. SLS. I didn't see that one. Okay. That one looks good. Alright, so let me start building my watch list. I'm a little late this morning. Yesterday was a long day. But I got a stream. I do like SLS though. Kind of like SMRT as well. BTX had like a late day morning spike. I'll look at that one as well. Alright, and that's kind of really what I'm watching this morning is those four. Good morning, Tiny. What's up, man? Oh, I'm also watching SRNE here. I'm holding an option on Robinhood, options. I'm holding a contract of SRNE at a pretty good price. Let me get my phone and check to see what my price is. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I'm holding 20 shares of SRNE. It's actually not an option. I thought it was an option. I'm holding another option I'll go over in a second. But I'm holding 20 shares of SRNE at 474 average. And so I'm up on SRNE about 45 cents. And so I'll take it. I'm up about over $10 so far on my tiny Robinhood account, so I'll take that for my swing trade on SRNE. But S&S is probably my biggest watch, or no, SRS. SLS. Alright. That's probably the biggest watch. I doubt I can trade it. Let's see if I can trade any of these really quick. Can't trade SLS. I can trade MNOV. ALNA I can trade. So I can trade 2 out of these 4. Good morning. Sorry I haven't been saying good morning to everybody this morning. Like I said, guys, I'm in my hotel on my Asus laptop, and so I'm not used to really streaming on it. You can see my screen looks a little bit different, and that's because I'm not at my regular desktop at home. I'm at a hotel out of town right now. I brought my mic and my Asus laptop with me. Figured I could stream some, so. But yeah, good morning, Marty, 7, Dog, D. Evan, Salty Style, Elt, Matt, L. Bob, Tiny, Joshua, what's up, guys? Michael, Luke, NASDAQ, what's up, everyone? Good morning. Alright, so BRKA, no. ARGS. Alright, I'll watch ARGS, QHC. I'm going to watch some of them on my little Mac laptop, and some of them I'm going to watch on the screen you guys can see. And then just switch over if I see them starting to move. But yeah, that's really, aside from that, that's the only ones I really see moving this morning. Let me see. Let me try typing in SLS. NSPR, maybe. NSPR. Yeah, I'm gonna watch MNOV, see if it washes out some at the open. Looking for a short, possibly, on that one. NVCN, IDXG, JNUG, RSLS is gapping down a pretty big amount. I may watch this one to see if it rebounds some. SORL is gapping down. So really a lot of stuff is just gapping down, it seems. Gonna watch this one, see if it bounces back. Rebound some. What's up, Burham Insurance? What's up, guys? Sorry, NASDAQ. I know you've been asking me a few different questions. So I think Warrior Trading's okay. I mean, I can't say for certain because I've never really used them, but they seem decent, you know. I've watched a few of Ross's videos, and he seems pretty decent. You know, I mean, I have no idea. I don't know. You know, I don't want to say yes or no just because I don't know. Never used them. But before I started streaming, when I first started trading, I joined a few of his free Monday chats, and it seems okay. Seems like it's, you know, decent. Do I buy? No, I rarely ever buy IPOs NASDAQ. I've only bought IPOs a few times. The reason I don't buy IPOs is because it's very, very easy to see an IPO start going up, and for you to say, okay, well, let me just take a really small share size in this IPO. But IPOs, man, they move. You know, they move really, really fast, and then, you know, they change directions really easily. They're pretty volatile, and so I've jumped in an IPO before, and it is completely just, you know, washed out. After I jumped in, I lost like $300-400 in like 30 seconds. And so after that kind of point in time, I made a mental note not to trade IPOs anymore, you know, unless I'm like investing in the company. Or, you know, I got in Roku, ROKU, when it first came out, but not at the open. I got in a little bit later on that day, and I accidentally, I actually held it overnight because it had a nice swing trading strategy, but it's super rare for me to get into an IPO. I just don't trust it as much. AYTU. Yeah, I mean, these are really like a few of them that I'm watching. Like, let me know if you guys see anything else. I just don't really see much else I like right now. Market's bound to be a little slow today. Alright, I wonder why MNOV is moving like this. I'm going to look up to see why MNOV is acting like it is. Alright, so MNOV is to terminate phase 2 trial of MN001 early following positive interim data. Alright, so it had really good data and results, terminating its level 2 early, or its phase 2 early. That's pretty good news. On MNOV. So gonna watch, see what it does. Let's see why ALKS is dropping down so much. A lot of news on it. Alright, so ALKS received a refusal to file letter from the FDA for ALKS 5461. Gets refusal letter from FDA regarding NDA for depression. Shares halted. Alright, well, they're back now, but should keep an eye on that one too. Yeah, that's what I'm watching this morning the most, dog. ARGS, Joshua, sorry, man. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, this one looks okay. Needs a little bit more volume, though. The volume's just kind of slow. It didn't move too much yesterday. Or not yesterday, but the day before. So, I mean, really, it's not actually a bad percentage move. Like a 15% move yesterday. So, not too bad. But we'll see. I just want to see it run a little bit more. It was really slow. Only moved that much throughout, you know, spread out throughout the day. So, we'll see what happens. SLS is probably my main watch, although I can't trade it on TradeNet, which is a bummer, so I'm going to have to watch MNOV here. And SENS. Let me know if you guys see anything else. I just don't see much else I like. Tesla's been moving some. YTEN's gapping up a small amount. Slow volume though. Might watch this one as well. We'll see. Try to find some of these that are tradable. MNOV, SENS is tradable, but that's about it. Right, that's why I want volume. I think SLS is going to end up washing out. I think it's going to fill some of this gap going down. Overextended, gapping up from under 350 at 518 now, so $1.50 gap for what was originally a 350 stock. Right now it's a $5 stock, but it's still a $1.50 gap. Is pretty significant. That's over 25%. Yeah, we'll see. Just kind of, I don't know which way it's going to go. So remember, guys, I'm not an investment professional, so not liable for any losses you take. You got to make your own assessment of the market. But with all that being said, I tend to swing more towards shorting these overextended stocks. I think that's been the most reliable for me, at least. I just think it's much easier to short these overextended stocks. I think a huge percentage of the time they're going to end up filling some of the gap, washing out, and so it's much more profitable to short these overextended stocks than trying to guess the few times that they may go up. But what I've noticed, and this is all just my personality, my opinion, whatever, what I've noticed is that most of the time when a stock gaps up like this, it's going to end up washing out for the first few minutes of the morning. It may push up a small amount right at the open, but eventually it's going to break the low of the day and continue going down, at least in my opinion. Now, with all that said, it could easily push up, break that 550 pre-market high, and then go on a big run up to $6. But my point is that when I see a stock gap up over 25% like this, I'm definitely more short biased. And so, actually, it's not over 25%. I'm sorry. But I'm definitely more short biased when I see a stock do this. So. Morning, Ben. It was pretty good, man. Got to see a lot of family. I'm from Louisiana, so we had some crawfish boils over the holiday. Ate some crawfish yesterday and today. To everybody outside of Louisiana, that may sound crazy, but that's how we do it in Louisiana. But yeah, it was good, man. It was good. LFIN. Man, this thing is down a ton in one day. Yeah, I'm going to watch this one too, just to see if it... Honestly, I think it may rebound. But you got to watch, I want to see a first green day. So far it's only had red days in the last 4 days. And so I'm waiting for that first green day. That might be kind of my key to jump in. We'll see what happens. Good morning, KS. Yeah, I think every culture has some interesting food that others might consider to be kind of weird. Oh yeah, also guys, I'm holding SRNE like I said, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But uh, I also have a small put on LABD that I'm holding. I mean, and it's gapping up, which isn't really what I want to see. I essentially got in this one at 37.88, and so I'm actually at a pretty good price. Really, it was a reverse split, so I got in it at 388 with my put. Look at SLS, guys. It's pushing up again. Yeah, we had a crawfish boil. It was really good. But people that don't like crawfish, I try to explain to them, it's just like a mini lobster, with a lot more seasoning on it, that you boil. So I mean, that's all it is. But yeah, it was good. Hadn't had it in a while. I live in Texas, so I don't really live where I can get that, you know, consistently, and so I was happy to eat it for sure. Get my chart set up. We got 5 minutes, guys, until the open. And I'll be back on my regular computer with everything like it usually is tomorrow. I'm heading back this morning. We're going to be packing up and driving back. Of course he did, man. You can't believe what anybody says yesterday. You can't trust what anybody says yesterday. Although I was looking to. All right, so you see SLS is still pushing up pretty strong here in pre-market. I'll be right back, guys. My son's throwing his cars at the hotel door. I'll be right back. All right. All right, I'm back. But yeah, SLS, it broke the pre-market high already. And now it's up to $6. I kind of agree with Salty. Kind of hoping it would have done that right at the open, so I could maybe jump in it on Robinhood or somewhere. But unfortunately, they decided to do it now. All right, market's opening up in 2 minutes, though, guys.
Daddy.
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
yeah, buddy. Okay, here. Madison's gonna make you something, okay? Plus, you already ate a little bit this morning, so here, you can go over there. That's my son, guys. My son's at the hotel room with me, driving me crazy. What's up, outsider? Yeah, insurance. You know, pretty strong kid, man. Yeah, what's really messed up though, guys, is that yesterday I've been looking for Tony Ferguson versus Habib I can't pronounce his last name, but Ferguson versus Khabib in UFC for months. I've been waiting for this fight. It's been canceled 4 times before. So apparently, less than a week before the fight, Tony Ferguson's dropping out of the fight again, and it happened yesterday on April Fool's Day, and so I was pretty bummed out about that. I mean, you could kind of watch SLS for this 5.99 break. They're up in the drawer above the box right there. Yeah, but the only entrance I can really see with SLS is, you know, if it breaks this 5.99 area, but it has to open up right around it. And so we'll see what happens. Not the most confident. Here's the open, guys. All right, there's the open. Good luck, everyone. All right, here we go. So you can see SLS just broke that pre-market high right at the open. It's starting to push up really strongly. That's kind of what I was looking for, but you really got to be careful with these as well. It could very easily just turn the other way and then fall all the way back down. And so I do like this one. It is kind of one of the setups I look for. Let's see if it holds the pre-market high as support. Kind of watching MNOV. See what happens with it. Alright, so it's up to 40s now. SLS is up to 645, up to 650. There it goes up to 673. Really good example of a pre-market high break strategy right there. It happened really quick. Let's watch this pullback closely though. You know, one of my favorite short setups with these type of plays is when it pushes up like this a little bit and then it drops down, breaks under this 560 level, this 550 level right here. See what happens with it. Alright, so there's a pullback on SLS. I'm going to have to change the stream right now so where it won't allow playbacks. Alright, so you can see SLS is trying to push back up here. We'll see what happens with it. We'll see if it has that momentum. Just testing 604. We'll see if it holds firm there. That's the biggest thing. I just want to see if it'll hold. Testing 6 again. You can see MNOV's at 1250. You can see Z-Sand starting to push. LFAIN's not doing too much. Gonna watch it. But Z-Sand making a little bit of a move up here, up to 524. Nice little run after a little washout at the open. LABD starting to push up. I don't really know what I should do with my LABD call here. Oh, I forgot to check on SRNE. Okay, so look, I'm watching MNOV here. Maybe for a break over this 1280 level, I might jump in it and try to hold it for a little while. We'll see what happens here. I forgot to get out of, hold on, my SRNE trade, so I'm missing out on some of my profits with it because now it's dropping. Let's see. I mean, I'm still up $7 on it. Let me go ahead and bounce out of it now and just take my profit. Alright, so I'm out of SRNE, took a $7 profit on it. Alright, so you can see SLS is doing, like, if this thing drops under 560, that's the level I'm really watching for. You know, you got to be careful with. FENC maybe, IVV, FENC. Alright, so here's the drop under the low of the day, and this is really what I was looking for. This is why I said I think it may be a short. You know, now this thing could easily use this low of the day as support and start pushing back up. But this is kind of the short setup I look for. You know, I've only had two losing days out of the last 2 weeks on TradeNet. Ooh, SENS looked like a really good setup too over this. Wow, look at that drop. Right when I say that, oh my gosh, that's a huge drop. I really don't trust it now. Look at this. I wouldn't get in this thing after this crazy move. Look at this pullback and pull up here. Went from 310 to 340. Huge candle. Ridiculous candle here. Really sketchy. Let's look at NXTD here. Alright, NXTD is pushing up too. Not the best volume. There goes MNOV for a short. This is what I look for. I may be a little late, but I'm going to try to jump in it here with 15 shares. Alright, so I'm in MNOV here with 15 shares for a short. But what's going on? This thing's like frozen. And where did I get filled at, man? The spread is horrible. That's why. Look at the spread on this thing. That's why. I didn't even realize the spread. This thing's got a 30-cent spread on it. That's why it's so bad. Man, here. It broke the low. I'll let it try to keep dropping. I took a small enough share size to kind of compensate for that, but TNDM acting a little crazy. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. We'll see what MNOV is doing. Let me try to change my quote speed here. That's the only thing I can really think of doing. Let me know if your system's lagging a little bit too. Real time. Let's try 1 second delay. The spread's getting a little bit better with MNOV, but my thinkorswim's lagging. XBIT. XBIT's pushing up some. Oh, it's a 2-minute chart is why. That's why. I just noticed that. Yeah, I think that's 100% right, dog, for this low of the day. I think that's kind of where we'll see if it drops under the low now, but that first red candle just dropped really quickly, indicating it could be a fake out. I'll cut it off early. It's just lagging a little bit, acting a little weird with MNOV. You can see SLS is trying that low of the day. There it goes. It just broke the low of the day on SLS. The spreads cleared up a lot on MNOV. Alright, there's a little bit of a drop. Let's see if it touches the bottom here. Try to give it some time. Here we go. Nice. Down to 1220. So there it goes, starting to drop. RKDA, some people are talking about. You can see GERN here. RKDA tried to go up to 26. The volume is really low today, guys, so just be careful. Oh, and I also don't have, my subscriber count and all that stuff on my computer this morning. And so if anybody's subscribing, appreciate it, Yeah, the spreads are just bouncing around crazy on MNOV here. You can see the spreads going from 15 to 28 down to super close. So not a bad one now, but it's just bouncing around, kind of unpredictable. I'm trying to see some other stuff I see moving, but I just don't see much right now. There's OBE, maybe. You see OBE's testing that pre-market high at 105. See if we can get over there. But the more I watch MNOV, the more I'm a little worried it's going to start coming back down. I mean, we'll see what happens here, but, It's just not moving slow. Very, very low volume on MNOV. And you can see SLS is doing kind of what I thought it might, but it's actually finding some support here. TMDM's washing out under 5. Yeah, in the market, when it's like this, guys, like I'm going to keep a very short leash on MNOV, just because you never know what it's going to do here. The market is really slow right now just because it's the day after, you know, a holiday. And so the market's really slow, really kind of choppy, not too much action moving. Hold on one second, guys. You don't know how to use the microwave? Right here, watch out, buddy. Here. So yeah, we'll see what happens. You can see OBE's kind of moving some. Alright, there we go. So it's down to 211 now. Sorry, my kids are microwaving something. Let's see if we can really get that momentum pushed downward here on MNOV. I probably should have bought a little bit more share size. I don't really like that push back up. Yeah, it's lagging a little bit. You can see SLS is starting to kind of wash too. Alright, so MNOV is down to under 12 or under the low of the day, but the spread is getting a little weird. So I'll try to give it that time. We can see YTEN is moving some here. The volume's pretty low, but you can see YTEN actually looks pretty decent here with this move. It's up to 1225. You can see it flagged a little bit. Up to 1230. Yeah, it's sure. It's their microwaving breakfast, man. Alright, so OBE broke the pre-market high. Alright. Sorry guys, I think they're finally done with the microwave. OREX moving. Yeah, SLS is just unpredictable. Not really my favorite trading day today. Just a lot of low volume, so just be really careful. You don't want to force anything, and you want to just kind of take it slow on days like this. Market's really slow, really choppy, not much momentum at all. Yeah, you can see OREX is running up nicely. I'm just taking really small sizing today just because I'm away from my comfort zone with my home computer. And so I'm on my laptop and it's just acting weird, and I'm not used to it. I only have one monitor when I'm used to using two, so maybe I'm a little spoiled with that and just kind of used to having two monitors. Yeah, what's the SPY doing today? Look at OREX, a cheap penny stock, pushing up pretty nicely here, up to 37 cents. That thing's going crazy. Alright, so MNOV is down here testing 12. I'm really going to watch it under 12. See if we can really break and get that momentum. It may bounce a little bit. The volume's a little low, but you know, you can see it was an overextended gap setup. I got in when it broke the low of the day. And I'm right at break even now with $3. So I'll try to give it a little bit of time. OREX is looking really good here. I'm just hoping MNOV will continue falling after it breaks under 12, hopefully, so I can take a little bit of profit out of it. My trade idea was definitely correct. I just didn't use big sizing. Try to give it some time to drop. Test 12. NETE. What, MNOV? There we go. I just got out for a 420 loss, or a 420 gain, I'm sorry. I took most of the move. I'm trying to be a little bit safer today. Honestly, though, I have this thought in the back of my head that I should have held on to it. But a gain's a gain. Yeah, guys, when I get back tomorrow, I know you guys have been watching me make these super tiny gains. When I get back tomorrow, I'm going to use a little bit larger share sizing. I've been having really consistent trades. Even though I'm taking these little bitty chunks out of the market, my consistency has been on point lately. Yeah, there goes the drop. Definitely should have held. Would have made a little bit more. But regardless, it was a correct trade idea. I got it here. You can see when it broke under this 1240 level. But yeah, guys, whenever if you guys have watched the last 2 weeks of me streaming, I've only had 2 losing days on TradeNet, and the rest of the days have been profitable on TradeNet. And so my consistency is definitely down. It's definitely a good, it's definitely been pretty good lately. And so I think it's about time for me to start making some larger profits. And I'll be using larger share size tomorrow, as long as I see a setup that I really like, And so I will be doing that, guys. I will be taking a little bit larger sizing tomorrow. Alright, you can see OBE broke that pre-market high. It's up to 109 now. But actually, you can see this bounce back. I guess it wasn't that bad of an exit. I got out at like 12 or at like 11.97, and it went down to 11.90. So, not bad. We'll see what Y10 can do here. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it, insurance. Yeah, man. I've just had pretty good, I've been consistent the last 2 weeks, that's for sure. I've, 2 out of 10 days have been losing days. 8 out of 10 have been profitable. And so even though I'm taking these little bitty tiny gains out of the market, I'm just working on that consistency. But I kind of have it down now, My favorite setup's easily the same setup I used with MNOV, the overextended short setup. You know, I get in when it breaks the low of the day, hold it down into a support level like $12 in this case, and end up taking profits. It's super reliable in my opinion. Probably one of the most reliable setups I've found is just shorting these overextended gappers in the morning when they break the low of the day, riding it down, if, you know, and then getting out. That's what's worked the best for me thus far. OSG. Yeah, OSG is right at 3. We'll see if it holds support there. You can see OREX is running up crazy here. It got up to 39. But I mean, granted, I also made 7 on Robinhood today, so I'm up a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like the exit on MNOV was a good exit. I took a nice little chunk. I think I made 40-50 cents per share on it, so I'll take it. SLS is bouncing. Yeah, you can see SLS here. It just couldn't hold. You know, I'm still more short biased with this one, although usually with an overextended short, I like to kind of see it continue here. It's having a lot of stubbornness, refusing to kind of break. We'll see what happens with it. I'm looking for this under this 540 level right here, really. Don't trust it too much, and I can't really trade it, but if I was looking at it just for, you know, my viewers to understand, that's the level I'd be looking at. But it's gotten, you know, it's held support there numerous times already, so we'll see how it acts. Bouncing some SLS. Alright, gonna keep an eye on SORL here under this $5 level as well. And you can see Y10. I think Y10 is done, but you never know. Alright, so I can trade Y10. I didn't know that. Let's see what happens with it. SRI is another short from a gapping stock. You can see breaks under the low here, washes out some, Not the most volume. The volume's really low. Hopefully we can get some more volume tomorrow. Alright, Lulu, if you like these more expensive stocks, LULU is pushing up here. It's breaking the $90 level. Sitting at 90 now. We'll see what happens. Later, 7. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have my my typical setup. I should be home tomorrow. I'm leaving Louisiana here in about an hour, so we'll be heading back to town, back to our home, and I'll have my setup like it normally is tomorrow. And so make sure you check that out. But yeah, a little slow, not too much moving this morning, guys. I'll probably end up closing it down after not too long, just because there's just not much that I really like. LU's pushing up a little bit, but it's too expensive for my taste, really. It's at $90 right now, so that's just a little bit too much. I'm going to be watching SLS here. If it drops under the low of the day, I'll keep watching that, and I'll give it a little bit of time, stay streaming for a little while longer. I just don't see too much I like. LLNW. You see LLNW here. Look at this move. Went from 407 all the way to 428 in about 5 minutes. So not a huge move, but it has decent volume relative to this market right now, this really slow market. So aside from that, I don't see too much else kind of moving like I want it to. See you guys. Yeah, I just hope my internet's supposed to expire today. I just thought about that. I paid for the enhanced internet at the hotel, and so I think it's supposed to expire today. I just hope it doesn't expire while I'm on stream. See you, Tiny. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Appreciate watching. Yeah, market's a little slow. See you, insurance. Alright, so LLNW still pushing up. SLS is kind of moving. I mean, it's not too bad, hindsight. It's fast enough for me to stream one at a hotel. So how does the quality look? If the picture looks good on the stream, it must be pretty fast. Actually, I did a speed test. It runs at about before I streamed. I did do a speed test. It runs at about I think if the download speed is at about 8,000 for the download speed, 8 or 9,000, which is good because YouTube only requires 4,500. As for the upload speed, I think it's a little bit lower. It's running at like 5,000, and so not not great internet, but it's better than the typical hotel internet. You can see SLS is starting to drop here. Yeah, but track tracer, you know, I do have, well, I don't have unlimited on my phone, but I don't really care if I use my gigabytes because they're pretty cheap. But you can't really stream using a phone. I've tried it before when my internet was out, trust me. It doesn't have fast enough upload speed, you know, and so it's really tough to stream. I've tried before and it ended up crashing a few times, and so. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now, guys. I just don't see too much else moving. The biggest thing I'm watching right now is this SLS here. Watching it under this 540 level. See what happens if it breaks that. Yeah, my exit wasn't too bad with MNOV. You can see I got out at about 1197 and it only went down to 1190. So 7 cents is all I missed out on so far. It could easily drop back down and continue falling, but not too bad, not too shabby. I'll take it. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. Remember, I'm going to try to use a little bit larger sizing tomorrow. And so if you want to see how I do with bigger sizing, I've definitely been consistent the last few weeks. Make sure you check us out tomorrow morning starting at 8:45 a.m. market time if you want to see me day trade live at the open. And yeah, guys, appreciate everybody watching. If you want to do me a favor, make sure you hit the subscribe button. But if you really want to do me a favor, click the like button right now in this video. So if you appreciate this content and like watching me day trade live, click the like button right now in this video. I really don't know, Scott. I get that error message sometimes as well. Scott, a good thing to do if you got your Tefs account today is go to the you know, you get a free access to the day trading room with TradeNet. Go to the day trading room and ask somebody for help. I can't remember the guy's name that helped me, but somebody will help you and explain it to you. So yeah, check that out. Go ask one of them. They probably know more than I do. I know it happens to me sometimes, Scott, where it keeps saying, right, it keeps saying order too close. Exactly what hindsight says. Like when that happens, I just keep hitting the button until it executes and fills. So for instance, if I click short and it keeps saying order too close or whatever, I just keep clicking short, like, you know, over and over again until it fills me, and it usually eventually fills me. If that's the case, you know, you just keep trying to get it on the bid or the ask, whichever one you're trying to do. Just keep. You can also just click the level 2. You can see limit price. I can click 12.15 right here. I can click 12.20, and it'll automatically fill me, and so it'll automatically populate in the limit price window. And so maybe try that. No problem, Scott. Yeah, just maybe email TradeNet. But it's like hindsight says. What I do when it says that is I just keep clicking the button until it fills me, and it usually eventually fills me. But yeah, guys. Anyways, if you wanna do me a favor, click the like button right now in this video. I definitely appreciate the support, and it does help support us. I'll be back in my you know, safe and sound in my comfy home tomorrow, streaming with my 2 monitors instead of my laptop, and so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck. Hope everyone had a happy holiday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.